Hi everyone, today I'm going to be sharing my top 3 tips for writing copy that converts really, really well. So tip number 1 is to get rid of in as many instances of passive voice as possible. Reading, as we know, is a passive activity anyway. We're sitting still, we're usually not moving around, and it's just our eyes that are moving from sentence to sentence. And so we need to keep up that momentum. If we want to keep the reader's momentum, their interest and their attention, we need to knock out any instances of passive voice and to use active voice. And so by doing that, it means you need to write about the actions your user needs to take or your reader needs to take and write them in almost as like a set of directions rather than a suggestion. Here's what I mean by that. For example, instead of saying, if you want to book a demo, you can reach us through this form below, say, book a demo by filling out the form below. You can see the difference there between something that sounds like a suggestion to something that actually sounds like a direct action that the reader needs to take. My second tip is to aim for clarity instead of cleverness. We desire to write things that sound smart or snarky or clever or funny at times. But depending on your target audience and their stage of awareness or where they are in their customer journey, being too smart or clever or funny can mean that we run the risk of the core messages getting lost. For example, sometimes we land at a website and all it does is talk about the benefits of the product. That's great, but it doesn't actually help us understand what the product does or what problems it actually solves. So we can fix this easily by making sure we tie any benefits that we talk about relating to the product to actual features, concrete features and elements of the product to help make that connection between what the product does and how it solves those problems. For example, instead of saying the smart way to get more work done every day, which is short and snappy, but it could be about any software product in existence, try saying get more done every day with smart time tracking software. There you've connected the actual what of the product is to a benefit that it actually provides for the reader. And my last tip, number 3, is to actually try and rip out the word we as much as possible and to switch it with the word you in your copy. This is because the word you, aside from your reader's first name, is actually the second highest converting word in existence. Why is that? Because using the word you makes your copy feel like a one-on-one conversation. You're not dictating to them like a university professor. You're speaking to them and them only. Also, when readers, and you probably have experienced this yourself, when readers read too many sentences that are focused internally on the company and not on the reader themselves, again, they can tune out and lose the focus. So wherever it makes sense in your copy, rip out the we's from the sentence and replace it or rewrite it for the reader. For example, instead of saying we are an email alternative because email providers read customers' emails without their consent, you can say email providers are reading your emails without your consent. So instead of making it something about the company, you've made it suddenly something about the reader. Those are my 3 top tips for copy that converts, and thanks for watching.